Peace, YouTube. This is Fleurbrun coming to you this evening. So check on in. I know it's crazy. You got me too. And this is purposefully done because YouTube is hating on the Fleurbrun. So check on in. I hope you're up for the shenanigans as you step on in. Now, it will not notify a lot of people. I know. So, um, it's interesting. Uh, oh, it's going out. Some of you are here. So for some people, they're not getting notifications, and you may have to resubscribe. I don't know. Like I said, so many people are being unsubscribed to my channel, and it only validates that what I share is real. The hateration, hey Salou, hey April, the hateration is real. Hey Linda, hey Starseed, hey Oz, Super Soldier Oz, yo Oz, are you trying to? We'll talk on the back live. Montreal in the house, bonsoir, bonsoir. Comment ça va? Bonne noche, bonne noche. Buenos noches, right? I don't know how to say. Uh, yes, two lives. I only do this. Hey, hey, Cheryl. I only do this when they piss me off. Do you know, family? The hateration is real. They changed my entire name of my video. The last video, it was supposed to be said. The last video's name was, the title was, um, Reptilians Can't Be Phased by COVID-19 and 5G. They changed my whole name. I just put it back in. They took the whole name of my video and shapeshifted it. These bastards. And they making sure people can't see the live chat. The struggle is real. Why are you doing this to me? I'm your oldest YouTuber. Why are you doing this to me? Hey, Leo. Anyway, family, we're going to talk about just because they came for me. I'm going to bring up topics they don't like me talking about. See, this is where you should be grateful I'm a triple Sag. See, triple Sages, I'm a triple Sag, I'm a New York, and I'm Creole. It's like having spices. You know when you have too many spices in something? I've got so much heat in me. But when they do this, it just makes me, hey Tiffany, it just makes me want to keep going and going. And I'm like the energizer bunny and keep going and going and going. Hey, all things about Reiki. Crazy people. We got asteroids and comets coming to a neighborhood near you. So let's get it in. All right, so family, as you check on in, I always ask that you put a like on a video. Because as you see, even though I had tons of likes that everybody gave me for the last video, I really appreciate it. Wow. Am I back to being live? Tell me when you can see me. When you see me, put a 13. They already coming for me. I'm going to have to create a website. Can you guys see me? Put a 13 if you can see me. It's buffering. Is it still buffering? Tell me when I'm back. Put a 13. They crazy. YouTube, stop hating. You like my videos too. Stop it. Anyway, full speed ahead. We've got several different comments that are online. The one that notably we've talked about plenty of times was COVID-19. They had the audacity to name, you know how brazen they are and how dumb they think humanity is? This is how dumb they think we are. They have the audacity to name one of the common the the coronavirus, right? So they shapeshifted the name into COVID-19, right? But unbeknownst to you, they had already named the comet COVID-19. Isn't that crazy? So it's buffering. Okay, tell me when you can see me. Put a 13 and I'll start talking. This is crazy. It's really not that serious. Put a 13 when you can see me. Oh, they're racing. Okay, so let me get into the conversation. That's ridiculous. They're so rude. Anyway, let's not give them the feed. So they renamed the actual comet. Co. They actually named the virus after the comet because the comet. What came first, the chicken or the egg? The comet came first. It was already denoted that the comet's name was COVID-19, and also its also other name is Atlas. That's the one coming at the end of May. To my knowledge, someone can actually go to, I think it's Atlas is the next one. So Comet Atlas. Okay, so Comet Atlas. And I always like to say it's always relative because who kicked off the COVID-19 virus, Cucarachi's T virus 2020? It was Tom Hanks. I am interrupted by the pool. So it's, when they go in, it's crazy. How you doing, Morpheus? Anyway, so Again? It's weird because I'm near the Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Once you tell me I'm good, I'll keep going. Okay, my side. Okay. What sound? What are you hearing? You guys are hearing beeps? There shouldn't be any beeps. I do have frogs buffering. Some people are seeing me. Okay, so I'm gonna keep talking. It's the frogs. I have frogs all around me. Okay. Okay, so all right, let's get into conversation about the asteroid slash comet, whatever you would consider. The one that's considered to be the comet Atlas is coming at the end of May. The asteroid that's actually coming 2 days. What is today's date? It comes the 29th. So at the end of this month, um, the end of this month, the 29th, you will actually be able to witness at 5:30 a.m. Eastern the actual asteroid that will be coming across the sky. Okay. Now, people always talk about asteroids and comets, but why isn't anyone speaking about the dust, the asteroid dust? Oh, oh, oh my God! That was a huge, beautiful pelican. Oh my God! Did you hear the pelican? Oh, I haven't seen one of those. What's going on by the waterways? We don't get pelicans over here. There was a pelican. Did you hear him? He was loud. Okay. I'm in Florida. I have amazing birds. I love it. Snakes. I got everything over here. I feel like I'm in the bayou. 3 a.m. Eastern. If you have your telescopes out, you should be able to witness the actual asteroid that would be flying across close enough. Now, many people are saying, and let me give a big shout out because I know people think I don't like RFG. One of the Sun Stars sent me the video. Big up to the Sun Star who sent me RFG's video. RFG is about that life. Let me state this. There is no shade on this channel when it comes to RFG. You haven't ever heard me talk shade about RFG. I just think he's aggressive. But RSG went in on this, talking about the particular asteroid coming in is psyops. He is amazing. I know that the two don't get along. I know Young Farrell and RFG don't get along, and I know they're not gonna like that I put them in the same category. But I will say this, as as RFG chosen one, right? RFG is just as much a scholar as he loves research. Young Farrell will research things to the point where it's insanity. Okay, and also RFG is like into that. I know they don't like each other, but it doesn't matter because I reference them as beautiful researchers. They will research for days, and you have to give appreciation to a chosen one. Just made a video, so big up to the Sun Star who sent me the video with the RFG chosen one, a magnificent video talking about how the incoming sphere, the incoming asteroid is psyops. Now, where I think he's right on, and I just worded a little differently. I personally don't think it's a psyop. I think it is what is detailed as what comes during this time when we're doing a shift. Now, I've talked about this for 5 years. So I know a lot of these young scholars are just talking about it, but I've been about this life for 5 years. So many of you have been part of my channel. I always talked about the blue kachina, the red kachina that would come in specifically at this time when we shift into another frame of consciousness, when we go into pole shift hour, the pre hour, and I've also talked about the post shift. So if you've been with me for a long time, this is probably newer conversation to certain platforms, but we've been about this life for a long time. Okay, so you have several ash, astrological spheric bodies coming into our peripheral, globally, planetarily. And he did make a magnificent video. I do agree with what he's saying. I just have a little different verbiage. I personally don't think it's a psyop. I personally think the reason why the Willy Wonka and his League of Dooms had set their military on either of the coasts because they knew this was coming. How did they know this was coming? We talked about this all the time. They have Project Looking Glass. They have several different seers who have been able to look into the future in different various timelines, and they always see when events happen. Also, we have some of our elders, which you're trying to get rid of now, but our elders have also been the auditories. Is that right? Auditories, the people who give us information from previous generations, and it's been passed down to prepare their future ancestors for what comes in before a pole shift. Okay, so I think his verbiage and saying it's psyop is kind of him saying, oh, orator, yeah. Um, um, I think him stating it's a psyop is just basically saying that they're set up already, prepared for it. But I personally want to add a little bit, an additive to his already perfected goulash, is that yes, they're prepared for it, but it's because they have been piercing through time technology, utilizing time technology, and people who are able to see through timelines through Project Looking Glass and several other black ops, or organizations that have been utilizing this form of research for years, and they know what's coming. Okay, that's why they set up everything to get rid of a lot of people previous to pole shift. We talked about this. I'll go right into that. So we have celestial bodies that are incoming right now. Okay. And one is coming on the 29th. And yes, they have set up for this particular event. Now, if you think it isn't real, I want you to come off this video, come back to me later, and go look at the asteroid that actually hit Nigeria. Okay. If you also look in my community, I think I posted in community, there was one young lady who had an app on her phone. You know, when you have the astrological apps, she had the app on her phone, and she was looking at in her app. You can see where Orion belt is. You can see where the different where you can see the different signs set up in the sky. It's wonderful. She actually saw missiles, and I think I posted this in my oh, I always laugh when I sneeze. Um, she actually witnessed a young lady, and it was on a video. I shared it, I think, in my community, where she actually took a clip of it showing missiles shooting out at the comet in the sky, and that it had hit one of the missiles had hit it, and it splintered, and one of the asteroids that splintered off of the comet or the asteroid flash. Sanchez. I don't really listen to his thing, but I got his research, his really good research. Um, it's a wonderful app. What's the app? Because even Paula, when we were in Paula has it also. Selma has it too. What's the name of the app, guys? Because I've had my friends have had it. When we were in Brazil, we were using the app, and I think Selma has it too. So check with Selma. Selma's in here usually. She's my admin for also Cipher. But get to Selma. Selma knows what it is. And some of the other sea stars and sun stars know the app. Okay, so anyway, so we have this incoming celestial body, an asteroid, quote, comet coming in. And most people ain't talking about the impact. And I'm really disturbed at most who aren't able to perceive that with this celestial body, this galactic body coming in, that it isn't necessarily only the impact that you should be concerned about. It is the dust that comes in the tail of a lot of this different, these celestial bodies. The tail is important because in that tail comes a lot of gases. A lot of gases are coming from other planes and other sections of our solar system, and they're pulling a lot of debris in with it. So when they're coming pretty fast, they bring in debris, and the gases is what causes like bittering in the sky, bittering of the water. Wormwood goes deep into that. So many of our Christianic family, who's our Christian family? We have a lot of Christians in here. They know about the story of wormwood, and wormwood bittered the waters. A lot of the fish were dying. This gas comes along, and it has changes the ionosphere. It's sometimes has like a dioxide, sulfur dioxide. There's a couple of different things. It depends on what it brings in. But the gases is what matters. And that's why I told you, yes, wormwood in the Bible. That's why I also gave a homework assignment of watching Night of the Comet. It's one of my favorite. I always give you the corniest movies with the most intel. They Live, Night of the Comet, Little Shop of Horrors. These are all extraterrestrial stories that have truth to it, that give you gems of what's coming. Okay. Night of the Comet speaks about this when they were all waiting for the comet. Remember, they were all waiting for the comet, and we talked about this before, and they come outside and they look in. Now, what I did figure out is that they inverted it, okay? And they're telling certain people they inverted the what you're to do. They told in the movie they're putting fear in people being outside when the comet is there, making it seem like you would turn into red dust. Now, remember when I had the rainbow event and I experienced a rainbow event 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago. Is it 2 years now or is it 1 year? I think I had the rainbow event 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. When I experienced a rainbow event, yeah, I think it's 2 years ago. One of the things I noted when the rainbow energy went through my body is that when it went through certain people's bodies, it turned them to black dust. And we also see remnants of this in the movie. Uh, what's that movie that everyone with all the superheroes that come together with Thanos? What was that called? What was it called? His fingers when he has the end game. Thank you. The rainbow glove on. What happens? He snaps his finger and what? The superheroes turn to dust, but that's a lie. It isn't the superheroes that turn to dust. It's the empty seaters, y'all. I gotta go in on this. It's the empty seater. See, they try to flip mode it and put fear in the ones that are protected. That's a lie. It isn't the superheroes that end up going into dust because when I experienced a full-on rainbow energy event, when it was going through people that were empty seaters, people I felt like were dark workers, when it went into them, it turned them into dust. Okay, I wasn't turned into dust. I was a little frightened. I won't lie. Remember, Rudolph Germany came into that experience and also let me know that I was safe. But I would have normally been really, really scared. But the only thing, my goal was to get to my little ones, and I experienced it. And when it went through my body, it felt like if you've ever done surgery before, it felt like when you get anesthesia. You know when you get anesthesia, I don't know if anyone's had surgery before, but if you ever had surgery and they give you anesthesia, it feels like that cold feeling, that feeling of like ting or heat, like ting. It's cold and or hot depending on your perspective, and it's hot and tingly. That's how it felt when it went through my body. And then when it passed through, I was looking in the Bronx, New York. I looked out the windows and all I saw was black dust coming in the sky. So why do I bring this up? Because they're putting a lot of fear with these celestial bodies. They're not even talking about. Let's keep it real, okay? If they the things that they talk about, you've got to be concerned of their motivation because they hide anything that notably is beneficial to you, and they exasperate and they promote things that are negative to you, and they make sure you will do the opposite of what they want you to do. Okay, so just like in the Night of the Living Comet, the people who were outside turned into red dust, and the people who stayed inside were protected by being encased in metal. Now, I personally think there are certain events necessary for you to be outside, and I think there's certain events where it's necessary for you to be outdoors. I do believe it's a bait and switch. So how you feel now, this is where your discernment means everything. This is fourth and goal, family. This is the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new. Take in information and do what's necessary to benefit or to, protect yourself. It is very necessary for you to be about this life. I know for many years, many of you thought I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but as you see, I've been pretty, I'm not a bookitarian. I've read a lot of books, but I've had a lot of experience and I've known a lot of people. That's where a lot of my information comes from. It's a common, I'm a triple package. I'm a trifecta. Okay. I read a lot, done a lot, and been around a lot of amazing people. So it's a combination platter. So I get to vet out things based on experience, literature, and also association. Okay. What I don't know, I associate with a lot of fantastic people who do know, and I'm connected to a lot of people in the scientific field. Okay, because I was a researcher in my previous life, in this life. Okay, in my younger years. Okay, so yes, there's a comet coming in, but the dust is what you should be concerned with. The dust coming in, and I personally think the dust is affecting people now. Now, if you're at the higher altitude, you will feel this more so than others first, because what is coming from up there will touch you first. So make sure that if you're living or coexisting on mountains or the higher plains, that you are paying attention to how your body feels, or if things are dying around you. If you start to see birds die out of the sky or drop out of the sky, or if you start to see your top of the trees, the tips, because I have these beautiful palms. I have beautiful palms. I have dates. My squirrels and my roof rats, they ate almost all my dates this year. I wasn't upset, but I tell them they can't eat all my dates. I have a date tree. It's a beautiful date tree. It's huge, huge. But on the top of your trees should be green. The top part of your tree, we have palms. The top of your tree should all be green. If you ever start to see in unison that the top of your trees start turning brown or start dying from the top down, that is a sign there is either too much radiation coming from above, or there is a toxic substance that is being trickled down from the sky. Okay, so make sure you're paying attention to the tip tops of your trees. Okay, those in the mountains will see it first because you're at higher altitudes. Also, with radiation, you guys will feel it first. So you may get headaches and so on. You'll also get hailstorms in higher altitudes because you're the first to experience, the weather changes that come along with celestial bodies coming into our atmosphere quickly. Okay, so even Gucina Paula, who's in Brazil, my homie in Brazil that I spent time in Brazil. We were living in Brazil, and I was with Paula at the time. She actually experienced a hailstorm that came within, what was it? The hailstorms lasted like, how long was it? Maybe like a minute, and she was on the side of Brazil. It was like the southern part of Brazil. Now, if anyone knows Brazil, you've got Curitiba, you have Philippopolis. I think Philippopolis, yeah, that's kind of south. You have Gramado, Brazil. I mean Rio. Um, I don't think Sao Paulo. I think Sao Paulo is more central, right? I think Sao Paulo is more central. So more so like Ramado is in the mountains. Curitiba, I'm not sure if Curitiba is up in the higher altitude. I don't think it is. I think only Gramado is. But she experienced a hailstorm that happened within 1 minute and was highly unnatural. Wasn't anything she ever witnessed before. Okay, you just had a hailstorm in Oklahoma. Okay, so Oklahoma? There was a hailstorm in New York? Wait. Did I miss something? Hold on. Hold on, family. Back up. Back up. Wait a second. When was the hailstorm? Did this just happen? When did this just happen? Can anyone tell me when it happened and where it was? Hailstorm in East Texas 2 days ago. Hailstorm in Denver, Colorado. Hailstorm in Seattle 2 weeks ago. Oh, snap. Okay. Okay, so we're right on time. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a lot of hailstorms. Hailstorm in Connecticut too. New Jersey 3 days ago. Oh, okay. It was hailing in Florida. It wasn't hailing on my side. On the 22nd in Oklahoma, Wyoming 2 days ago. This is okay, family. Wow, I'm spot on. Hey, Cooka Booka, there's popsicles. Do you want a popsicle? Oh, do we have any? Which ones? The ones we put in the oven? Oh, I do too. Because I wanted to make muffins. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to. I don't know. It's kind of late to have those cookies. See if there's any of the other. See if there's any of the other. See if there's any other kinds. But there's popsicles. There's a fruit popsicles that are really good. Hmm? There's different. There's lime. I'm sorry. I'm talking to my little person. There's limes. There's lemon. No, those are popsicles. They're fruit popsicles. See if you can. When I'm done, we'll come inside. I think maybe it's kind of late for that kind of stuff. Okay. Um, I'm sorry. So wait a second, family. I'm really concerned. This is quick. This is kind of close. Okay, so we had a lot of hailstones in the last couple of days. Okay, so this means that definitely the tail is affecting us. Okay, so let me state this: the fact that we had all big hail in Palm Beach. Okay, so that means we're being affected by the tail already. Okay, yes, we're being affected by the tail. Oh wow, it's right on time though. I should be I'm just talking about hailstorms, and then you're actually telling me that you've experienced hailstorms. I didn't even know. Okay, family, so we are already experiencing interface with some of the cosmic residue, some of the gases that are here, because that gases will cause geometrical geostorms. It'll cause changes in the sky, the ionosphere. Sometimes you'll see orange skies. There's a lot of radiation. You'll see a lot of orange skies. So the more radiation you have, you'll see orange skies. Even rainbows is a lot of that metallic. As beautiful as the rainbows are, remember that rainbow energy. But if you're seeing a lot of rainbows sporadically and unnaturally, it's because there's a lot of fibers and radiation in the sky. It's like those nanofibers coming down, causing the ionosphere to like spike in colors. Okay, so it looks like we're on time, family, with the hailstorms. Okay, so with this tail, it looks like everybody's experiencing, and even in Florida, I didn't even know. This lets you know I'm living in a bubble. We're already experiencing. We're already experiencing parts of this gas, this residue that's coming along with with this asteroid slash comet. So it will be coming on the 29th. Now, since the gases are already here, I just say that you have to be really conscious of your emotional state, because when an alien residue comes from places that it depends on how you are as a human being on this planet. If you are a human being that's been homogenized, you're going to have a harder time with the radiation. The radio ionosphere is going to cause you headaches, migraines, because you're newer to the planet. Isn't something, oh, I'm seeing something in the sky, y'all. What's that? I think I have a craft. What is that? I don't think that's the moon. When I get off, I got to take a picture. If it starts moving, I know it's a craft, but it's just staying still. So it makes me think it's just cloudy in the sky, and I'm just seeing like the illumination behind the clouds, because it isn't moving. But I've never seen something in that position. But it could be the moon, because the moon is like a little. I think we have a crescent moon, right? It's a crescent moon. Maybe the star, maybe Venus. But I've never seen Venus on that side though. Not there. I usually see Venus on this side, but it's still early. Okay. All right, family. So yeah, so you're all experiencing. Yeah, I gotta take a picture. I'll take a picture when I'm done, because I want to get close up to see actually what it is. So family, we are all experiencing the parts of the gas, the nanoparticles that are coming off of these bodies coming in. Now this one's coming on the 29th. This is kind of close. So obviously the prediction of hail has already occurred. I'm kind of late, so it means it's already affecting our atmosphere. And Willy Wonka and his League of Doom have already set up shop on either coast. And this is where RFG kind of, if you want to check out his video, is on point. RFG, like I said, he's more aggressive. So if you have, I always give you like, the real. He's very passionate. I don't want to say aggressive. He's passionate. Okay. So he curses. So okay, I think I'm back. Could just be them outside. Um, so happy pre-birthday, Shirley. You're a Taurus, right? Big up to all the Tauruses in the house, you masterful bulls, you. It's Taurus season, so big up to everyone who's a Taurus. Please put a like on the video as you step in the room, just as a way to ensure that the video stays up, because they like to change my names on my video. So, blissful anniversaire to all of our Tauruses, you masterful, beautiful bulls, you. You are the most saucy, amazing, grounded, strong, wonderful beings. I love you, Tauruses. Remember, I made it with the Taurus, and it was absolutely divine. It's one of those beautiful, I'm a lot of fire, but I could appreciate an earth sign, especially Tauruses. You just, you like food. I can't say everything you like, but you like food and other things. I love you, Tauruses. So big up, enjoy your solar return. Enjoy. I hope you're enjoying the festivities of this amazing, amazing experience we're all witnessing right now. Okay, we're experiencing a shift. All right, so yes, yes, that's right. Natural Mermaid said it. You know what I was talking about, you Taurus. You're amazing. Yes, you rule the throat. Communication, food, and sex. I didn't want to say it. All things Reiki. I was trying not to say it. Woo! When you get with a Taurus, boy, I get flashes of my Taurus. I have to behave myself because I gotta. Woo. Anyway, you see my mind is going. Let's go back into the celestial bodies. So anyway, the cosmic dust is coming in. It's already altering the ionosphere, and it's changing. It's it's changing the weather, okay? And then you're getting hailstorms. That's usually the case. Whenever we get crafts, also, I've always also denoted when you get big, huge crafts, motherships, generally huge crafts, we don't get motherships that come close enough to our stratosphere because they'll mess with our magnetic field. So I say a lot of times you get bigger ships that are launched from the mothership. The cigar shaped ships are sometimes ships that come, but usually when a ship is large and it comes too close to the surface of the planet, you'll get hail, you'll get birds like blackbirds showing up, like flying around because they're attracted to that energy around the cloaked ships. So make sure that, we aren't seeing ships that are also coming close, because also the hailstorm could be a denotion of cloaked ships close to our atmosphere. And if you ever watch the movie V or the show V, it's amazing to watch V. Like if you want to go into the reptilian, how they get down and how they come and cloak themselves, you should watch the original V from the 1980s or 90s, was it 90s or 80s, and then watch the other version of V. And I think you got to pay for it now. It's worth it. You watch V's, it's gonna be off the chain. But usually blackbirds are attracted to ships. So I notice if there's a cloaked ship, I always know because it's usually hail. It's a denotion of hail. The temperatures change, drop and dip. Oh wait, we had three energetic portals this month: 4/4/2020, 4/4/4, 4/13/2020, 4/22. Ooh, and the 29th is 11, or 9 plus 2 equals 11. Another uh, Pythagorean master number like 22. Buckle up for the high vibes. Yes, thank you, video flyers 99. You're so I love this. I love that you're so knowledgeable. Thank you for that. That was breaking news from our own. Okay, so um, just know if you're seeing blackbirds around a lot, and I noticed we're seeing a lot of blackbirds all over because they're attracted to that. I hope you are naked and unafraid. Monica says she's sunbathing. I agree. I say you all do it. Um, they're attracted to that magnetic energy from the crafts. So that's also how I know if I'm seeing a craft. If all of a sudden I see birds flying in that, if I already notice that weather or temperature dips, or if I see hail or weather coming out of the blue, sometimes windstorms. If I see it and then I start seeing birds coming out of the blue, that's how I know there's a ship cloaked. I just years of being a part of the UFO community, you kind of denote the physical changes that come along with crafts. Okay, but we do have a UFO, because really you think about it, this asteroid coming in, bringing in this debris and this dust is also very alien, because it isn't coming necessarily from here, it's coming from all the way out there. So because of that, it's going to cause a lot of the same types of geo geo weather changes as would come with a ship. So it makes sense to me because it is a UFO. UFO is an unidentified flying object. So is an asteroid. So if you think about it, except UFO is usually denoted to something manned or, driven or, piloted by an extraterrestrial, so to speak. Okay. So we have the dust coming in and it's changing. So for those in higher climates, you may start getting headaches, dizziness. This comes with a lot of that radiation coming from above. Be mindful. I always say to you, sea stars, if it's bothering you, cover your head, your crowns. Okay. So it's very important. I wear a hat and I put that piece of the material that blocks radiation. I put it in my hat. So I have a cute hat because I don't really like the hat same. I have, I like Ed Hardy. So I put my little piece of my hood. Like, listen, I'm a makeshifter. I don't want to just talk about it. I don't want to think about it. I want to be exposed to a heightened amount of radiation, especially area wise. Okay. So we have this asteroid coming in the 29th, and do know, family, with this there may be an impact. Now personally, I think because of the way they're setting up, I always said Willy Wonka is setting up purposefully to engage with something. And you have to think to yourself, and last night was the first night I've ever had, no, it's not the first night. I've been having a lot of dreamscapes with zombies. I have been having a lot of dreamscapes. So I had last night, I encountered these type of mannequin looking zombies, and I've never seen them before, and these were faster. So even in the dreamscape I was like a little concerned because I was like, these suckers are fast. I was like, why am I getting dreams all of a sudden with zombies and then vampires? Like I do dream about them blowing up the bases underneath, and then like vampires, they run out. Like I've done that and try to close the doors so they don't come in. Like they come out from underground. So I did see a lot of these blood suckers. These vampire type of beings. Like they get bombs, and right before dawn, right before dusk, when it starts to get dark, I close the doors. I'm conscious of that. But this one last night was a little concerning because these were a lot of them. It was a lot, and these were like being ran by like I was loud. You hear that? Um, there was these were like mannequin looking ones that were a little more, they were different than I've ever seen before. And it was a little disconcerting because they were faster and they were zoned out. It was nothing there. It was totally different than anything I've seen before. And it was a lot of them. So I'm thinking maybe this gases could cause certain type of empty seeders to be filled in with maybe some extraterrestrial foreign life. So it could be that with this, yeah, zombie. Rio says zombie. I can't wait for my mate to come back. He's coming back soon. He'll be able to fly here soon. So I'm waiting for my mate to come back because I love when he's here. Because I love just knowing that my homie is like walking the perimeter. He walks my perimeters of my home. I love it. It's always masterful to have a beautiful protective alpha. Alphas keep all other creeps away from you. When you're alpha isn't near, exes start calling, people start coming to your house. When my mate is here, it is quiet as, but you know what I'm saying? It's quiet. Um, anyway, so the zombies I think could be coming, and I don't want to. Okay, let me say this: Melanated High Priestess was good. What happened? What happened? Your other account got locked out? You can't verify yourself? What? Oh, snap. They messing with you. Hold on. Let me put you as a moderator. Hold on. That is... Okay. What's going on? I'll hit you up. Okay, we'll talk about it. That's crazy. You always get stuff happening to your account, too. And you just gave birth to a beautiful baby. Maybe they know who you are and who your beautiful baby is. You know what I'm saying? They always hating on YouTube. They got to stop it. Um, so let me say this, and this is to make you cohesive, okay? Or just aware, okay? You had a dream. Wait, Yolanda said, Fleurbrun, I was in your dream 2 nights ago. I don't know what this chick did, but you were doing wrestling moves. What? It was like a movie. Dream about a black dog and fix it. Was I fighting her? Listen, I told y'all. You probably were seeing the real. If you put your paws on me, I feel like I'm justified to do whatever I want. This is how I feel. That's why I tell you I'm not a light worker, because as you saw, remember I battled the reptilian with the funky face? If you come for me around my cubs, you deserve whatever comes. That's how I feel. So I'm just, you know what I'm saying? So you put paws anywhere near me or you threaten to do it, I am physically, remember I dance for 3 hours a day for 20 years. Listen to me. I danced for 3 hours a day for 20 years. I don't care how thick I am. I'm qualified and quantified to take you out. So you probably dreamt it properly. See, I already get fights, and I'm triple fire sign. I can't. It's, I always tell you the truth. If you come with me with love and light, I'm cool because I'm from New York. Wouldn't do it to your face. See, we're New Yorkers. We're used to people coming in your face, and if they want to talk and check you, they do it to your face. All this online, talking real grimy, talking behind people's, doing all kinds of shady things. I'm the type of person. Meet me at 3 o'clock. Meet me at 3 o'clock. Something matching or above. So meet me at 3 o'clock. I'm old school. I'm love and light. I want to make love all day. I want to eat fruit. But if you bring the fire, I am matched and I will raise you and I will win every single time, especially when it comes to my cubs. Anyway, you got me all feisted up. You touch anybody else's kids, I'll fight you. I'm just saying, I'm about that life. That's what I'm saying. Pedophiles are afraid of me. They will lose. They will lose. They will lose. Anyone who hurts children, molests children, or beats women, you will lose if I'm around. If I witness it, I'm not threatening you. I'm saying you will lose because I'm qualified. And if I can't do it, the homeboys that I rock with will. So I'm a woman. I'll do what I need to do. But if you hurt a woman, you beating a woman in front of me, and or you hurt children or animals, I'm qualified. I'm just saying. I see. I'm getting feisted up. You see, I'm trying to behave myself. I'm saying I come from that school of thought. I see these videos with these weak males, beta males watching a woman getting beat. That wouldn't happen in anywhere I came from. And I come a little bougie. We don't. I listen. I don't need anybody to fight for me. But I tell you, if I can't win myself, I have people qualified to win. Let's get back into the conversation. I'm threatening people online. That's why I'm not about that scariness. I know it's a little. That's why I tell you I'm not a light worker because people online are they're really weak when they talk about people because they wouldn't do it to their face. A lot of these people talk a lot of junk, and if they meet you in person, 3 o'clock, they're not about that life. I know I'm getting all bruck up. You see, don't get me started because I can't stop. I'll light a candle for you after I whoop your behind. I'll light a candle for you. But you come for me and my cubs, woo! I feel sorry. I feel sorry. Even my ex Nazi said he feels sorry for anyone who comes for me. When his reptilian hybrid draconian came for me, he told her, "Isn't this crazy? I told you the fight I had, and I said I lost my test. Y'all remember I came back? I remember I was in New York and I was pregnant, and I said I lost it. The hybrid came for me, and she came, and I had you come in with my cubs, and even my ex, he was scared for her. He didn't try to help her because he already knows if you come for her, he already knows. She came for me, remember? And I said I lost. I lost that battle. I was tested and I lost. I told you, I black out anywhere near my children. That's why I don't put them online because I don't want to have to take you out because I take you and all your family members out if you come from my offspring. If you ever, even when they talk about my offspring, I'll take you out energetically. I'll do whatever I have to do to make sure your seed and your other seeds won't ever live on this planet again. I will X-may you from this entire existence. That's how I get down with children. I'm just saying. When people are like, I thought you were so sweet. I'm sweet until you test me. I'm cool. I don't mind you talking about me. You could call me fat. You could say I have bags. You could call me, you could say I'm crazy. The name Colin doesn't bother me, but it's when you come for children and I see you beating on a woman or I'll take you out. Let me go back into she said about the dream. See, you get me started, C-Star. That's how I know you probably did dreamy in there. And I was doing wrestling moves because I dance for three hours a day. I could weigh 4,000 pounds. I could weigh 400 pounds and still take somebody down. So I have that kind of stamina. I could outrun someone who weighs 100 pounds less than me. Okay? I'm about that life. All right. If you didn't think so, I'm just saying. I'm reminding you, I'm about that life. I see ETs and extraterrestrials. There's a reason why I'm allowed to see those things and witness, reptilians, because obviously I'm fearless. Fear isn't a factor. That's why I say I'm naked. I'll be naked and unafraid. I'll run bucket naked or with clothing. It doesn't matter. Okay, let me go. I'm sorry. Please put a like on the video. This is when people are like, oh, I had to leave. Please put a like on the video if you're on the shenanigans. I know it's a distraction. Let me go back into my let me go back into my conversation. Woo! I'm sorry. I got too much fire in my soul. Anyway, so we're talking about the dust coming in from the cosmic radiation, and also cosmic radiation coming in with the celestial body that's coming in. And on the 29th, we'll have one of the celestial bodies come in. Now, because they set up the military on both sides on the coast, it makes me think, and this is where Archie was on point, and I will say this again, I think he was on point because he stated it's psyop because he thinks that they're going to purposefully disseminate I don't want to say the word. What's another word for it? A boom, a boom. Okay, I'll say a boom because we got to be careful of the words and the verbiage because they take down my videos for less. A boom. They're going to set up a boom in the waterways to set off, a detonate something so that it will cause tidal waves and to cause more chaos. Now, why I think he's correct, and I don't think it's a psyop. I think it's just they're pre-planned to kind of like take advantage of already. It's almost like some beef is about to go down. You ever go to a party and there's going to be a fight. So people know that there's going to be beef between two parties. So they going to set up another fight because they know something else is going to pop off. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like they know something's coming. They know it's going to cause a destabilization. So they're taking advantage of it. So they're going to put their own topping on top of an already calamitous situation. And why I say that I think the zombies might be affected by this. Oh, thank you. Maya said it. Maya Walker said it. Yeah. Why I think we might have a zombie effect of this, because if I think of the movie Night of the Comet, remember I was talking about Night of the Comet, and they said the ones that were semi-affected by it, they became zombies. And then if we think about Bird Box, remember Bird Box? You were not able to look out because if you saw these people looking crazy, like when you open their eyes, I think there might be something that comes along with this cosmic dust that will affect people who may be empty seaters. I can't vet that out because we would have to witness it. Let me say this. I can't really vet it out. This is something this is conjecture. I really can't prove it, but because I'm having dreams, it's odd that I'm having dreams about it. I don't have dreams like this. Like last night, I was in a dream. Remember, I lucid dream, so I'm conscious of it. And I said it even in my dream. I'm like, yo, why are they here? And why do they look like this? It's almost like they look like I said, they look like mannequins. Mannequins. But I think there might be a zombie attachment to this, family. I think that maybe the dust will affect certain people, empty seaters. Because remember, family, we talked about empty seaters. There are beings walking around here, biological portals, walking around that have all kinds of weird encasements of, demonic alien attachments. We talked about the Vril earlier. Who's to say that there could be a connection to people who are really homogenized? Because there are people that are not qualified as humans, means they've been genetically homogenized for generations. They're GMOs. Who's to say that when that gas comes in, that nanofiber comes in, that it could be alien as far as like fungus. Remember, fungus and algae can be sentient. And people say, oh, that if you ever studied see those who study pathogens in laboratories like I did, you will see a symbiotic relationship with certain fungi. The fungi talk to one another. See, people don't realize that. That's why, and they communicate, and they also want to replicate like a Borg. So you ever have like a fruit in the fridge and it has fungus on it? It has algae on fungus. You ever notice that it will infect the other cleaner fruit? It's because they're able to replicate themselves and coexist and bind with other things even if they don't have the same thing on it. That's communication. That's a form of sentientness. That's a form of consciousness. So for the fact of the matter is, if in fact we have this fiber, this dust coming off, which could very well be fungus or fungi. Oh, thank you, my love. Thank you, 1247, the great one. I appreciate it. Thank you, my love. Let's say we have a fungus, a alien fungus coming out of this fiber, some sort of algae, some sort of sentient spore. Spores. Let's just say spores. A sentient spore. Then we go into the body snatchers. Remember the body snatchers? It rained one day. There was a comet. That's another good movie. If you've never seen the body snatchers, watch the original one. It was raining, and in the rain came these fibers off of the comet that were little spores, and the spores started to replicate because that's what they do, and it landed as a raindrop, and then it started to morph into, it started to replicate itself into plants, and then what did it do? It ended up replicating itself in people because people were higher in power, had more control. So it was going to go with the more powerful, pod people. So thank you, pod people. Thank you, KW. So I'm just saying, family, I'm not trying to put fear out there, but we got to know we going into another realm of consciousness. There's a lot of things out in space that that's why I told you watch Little Shop of Horrors. People think that's really a joke. You have trees on this planet. I've talked to them. I know people be like, oh Lord, she's talking to me. I talk to the trees. I I have a symbiotic relationship because I farm all the time. I'm always in the soil. The trees, not all trees are native to the earth. You know that, right? So where'd they come from? So if you have green, oh, my trees love it. Look at it singing. My trees are singing. Eat me, Seymour. Yeah. Listen, not all your plants here are from planet Earth. Some of them were taken from other places. Some of them were brought here from other star systems. I'm just saying, not all plant life here, just like not all of us are from here. So the fact of the matter is, you have these type of spores coming out of this dust. I'm just saying, I'm dreaming too much about these zombies, and they're flesh eaters. They're flesh eaters. So just be mindful. If you in a house with somebody, I don't know if they're empty seater. You know who's an empty seater or not. Gratefully, I'm beyond that. I'm without anybody. But I'm just saying, let's say you're around people, and when I say empty seaters, it could be people who are drug addicts. Because I'm thinking about people who could be easily tacked and attached to. You got to think of people who do a lot of drugs. I just watched his documentary. I won't watch it again because it was so disheartening. One of the sea stars shared it. I don't know if you saw it. It's a documentary with this guy, and some of you may know. His name is White something. It's like a name of a channel, White something, and he documents drug addicts and heroin addicts and prostitutes. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Do you know who I'm talking about? Anyway, if you, I forgot what his name was, but I watched this I was crying. I can't watch things like that anymore. I'm too sensitive. I can't watch things like that anymore. He was showing the process of this young lady. She was so pretty. Oh my God. This is like a little girl. I could have given birth to her. She was such a feisty little thing. Oh my God. She was cute little thing, and she was a prostitute. She just started prostituting for the fun of it because she was probably molested by her father. You know, she kind of touched on it. The white underbelly, is that what it's called? The underbelly, the white underbelly. Oh, I can't watch. I won't watch it again. I shouldn't have seen it. Oh, she was beautiful. Oh, a stunning little thing, and you could see why men would like that, because men like that type. And she was on crack, and I didn't even know until y'all shared with me that crack is still a thing. Y'all told me that. I thought crack was in the 80s. I didn't know people did crack cocaine now. I would think it was on live IG. Was it on live IG, or you guys told me on YouTube? You guys told me on YouTube that people still do crack. This is how old school I am. I didn't really know that people still did crack cocaine, or heroin for that matter, because these are old drugs from like the 70s and 80s. So I didn't really think it was like that, but she was starting on crack, and then she said she was doing $500 a week. I was like, wait a second. This is a little girl, $500 a week, and then she was doing prostitution. And then they showed 3 months later what this young lady looked like. I cried for days. I cannot watch. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. You cannot. Don't watch it. Even though I'm telling you the name, don't watch it, because you will. Certain things I don't need to know. I don't want to see it again. I can't watch things like that. So why I say this is that young ladies like that who are empty, because she was full of life, even when she was doing crack at the beginning. Beautiful, still full of life. She was still there cognitively. I'm saying I share this with you only to say that when you do so much drugs and your mind is gone, you are susceptible for infiltration. And if we get a type of bug or a fungus or a spore that's sentient, conscious, and it can get into a body that doesn't have any form of direction or grounding, it could take that body over. That's all I'm saying. So, Flacca. Flacca was Flacca I knew about, because Flacca was taking over people's minds. So that's why I'm saying, family, these spores could be coming, because okay, let me know that you can see me. Once you can see me, put a 13. Okay. Once I saw, is it buffering, or you guys? Okay. Once I saw with Flacca how people were taking over. Now, family, we got to just think about it. A moment ago, I just heard on the news, what was this, last week, that somebody was eating in India. Was it a woman or was it a man? I don't remember if it was a woman or man. In India, this was last week. This man ran out, because they're in quarantine too. This man ran out of his home and he started eating on people. Or was it a woman? I'm not sure if it was a woman or a man. The man ran out of his home and he started eating on people. He started biting skin, biting people's flesh. So I'm just saying, we got to be mindful that there's a lot of empty seaters. So this is why I forewarned you before all this happened. If you have people who have addictions, I don't care what it is, and if it's not you, if it's you, I suggest you get your mind back, because if you're not piloting your own ship, there's going to be something that may pilot it. And even if you have spores and your consciousness isn't strong enough to overcome what's trying to incept on you, especially spores. Spores we breathe in. The cucarachas, yeah, carnivorous. Thank you, Marcia. Coronavirus equals carnivorous. Who's to say that the spores don't go in your nose? And if you aren't conscious, remember, if you are basically an empty seeder, who's to say these spores won't in the multitude? Because now, now everybody wants to go outdoors. I'm just saying, family, we got to be careful, because whatever they promote, you should know that there's something going on with that. The face eaters are human beings made into Vlash reptilian hybrids. They are given too much essence and it takes over their minds. Oh, while it assimilates, they eat people. They can't help it. Oh, thank you, Dirty Dozen. Dirty Dozen has some. They call them Vlash. I've never heard of them. Vlash. I believe it though. There's a multitude of reptilians. They do like flash. There are certain reptiles that like the flash. Yeah. So I definitely know that that could be. So I'm just saying, family, if you know anyone, and I'm not telling you to throw your family out on the street. I'm not saying that. Please overstand and understand what I'm saying. All I'm saying is be mindful of being around people who have a or have a double a chance of being taken over by something because they're not there anymore. And I'm from New York, so when crack was in New York, because I remember my parents were like, remember, my parents are very islander, very educated people. I came from like, a good, healthy middle class, upper middle class family. But, my parents were just big on just making sure I stayed out of the hood at the time because they were concerned about crack addicts. My dad would say things like, be careful because they go crazy, da 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 da, da da da. But it's different because back then, crack addicts were just slow. They slumped over. I'm just keeping it real. It's not a judgment. I just remember crack addicts being slow. They lied down. They were kind of just stuck. They didn't really do anything. But now, if you take in consideration that would allow a body to be more susceptible because it's already slumped. It doesn't have any animation. Those are the people that are more susceptible. I didn't know crack was still an issue, or heroin. So you got people who have been doing crack and cocaine and doing all kinds of drugs, and their brain is already frazzled. It wouldn't take a spore. It wouldn't take that many spores to take over their brain. And then you start seeing them shaking in your house, having all kinds of shakes. If they start shimmering and shaking, I would lock the door and get out. Listen to me. I'm telling you, nobody else will tell you this because they'll think that you think they're crazy or paranoid. I don't care what anybody thinks. I prefer you be safe than sorry. If someone in your house starts shaking like this, start doing some crazy thing like this, and you're not used to seeing them do that, and you see their eyes roll back, get the heck out of the house. Lock the door, take the babies, the dogs, because they'll eat the animals. They'll eat your dogs. Take them out the house. I prefer I be wrong and you safe than you stay in a house with somebody who's already about to be taken over. Because I personally think to have these dreams that of this dust coming, and I personally think the dust could have spores in it. And if we look at all the movies that talk about the spores, you could have these spores going into people's minds who don't even have the right mind because they're empty seeders by the nature of them doing drugs too long, being susceptible to, and I'm not talking about chiefers. Chiefers are not susceptible to that kind of thing unless they chiefing with cocaine. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm just saying, oh wait, Fleurbrun, I have had this very strong intuition warning inside of me. Perhaps the CV is a zombie plague and these dead people will rise. Oh, wait a second. Oh my God, wait, video flies 99. Wait a second. Wait. Video flies. Wait a second. You got a point. Wait a second. I get excited because you triggered me. Thank you, my love. You said it. Remember in Chinois' neck of the woods, they were burning bodies while they were still alive? Do you remember that? We talked. I'm so loud. Hold on. I'm sorry. Oh my God, my neighbors. Listen, I'm so loud. I'm glad my neighbors know what I talk about because they're so used to me. My neighbors are like, oh, she's talking about ETs again. Thank goodness. That's when you keep it real in all of your life. I don't hide. My neighbors will be like, oh, she's talking about aliens again. Remember when I talked about the Chinois burning bodies alive and they were still moving and they were shaking? Oh, shoot. maybe the cucarachas is like a T virus. Remember we talked about the T virus? Yo, Black Summer is coming. What is that, C Star? Serious. Sister C Serious. What's that? Black Summer. What is that? What is that denotion to? What's Black Summer? You said that before. Can you expound upon that for us, please? I might have to take this over to Instagram so we could talk face to face. Because you know I get excited. It's on Netflix. Wait. It's wait. Then she started eating the flowers. Oh snap! Wait. Oh, the comet will trigger something. Oh snap! What? Oh. I think we're gonna have to watch the movie. There's a new movie called Black Summer. Oh snap! Okay, we're gonna have to go. I watched 28. Remember I played Resident Evil. That's why I told y'all it's the T virus. I played the game. It's a series. Thank you, C Star, Sirius. You just gave me something. Remember, they were cremating the bodies because they were shaking in Cucaracha's neck of the woods. Remember, I told you there were people who took pictures, and the lady was like, "How did you kill them?" Because they were zombified. The virus might be a stage of the zombie. Oh snap! See, you should be grateful I'm sober, because if I was high, I would have y'all. We would all move together. You should be happy I'm sober because I get hyped up just from talking about it. This is crazy. So the cucarachas along with the comet, it's like a cocktail. It's like a combination platter. Everything's a combination. So the corona, the crown taking over the head, basically the cucarachas, all of that taking over the body. Maybe the virus is like the first stage. Maybe we think it's a lung virus, but maybe it's trying to take over because remember, if we watch, we got to go back to our zombie movies. Okay, tonight there's new homework. I watched The Walking Dead. Okay, we got new homework. We got, oh yes, I saw Rudolph's of Germany's video that it's dormant and it keeps coming back around. I agree with him. Okay, now we have a new homework assignment. We have to watch. The best one first is wait, the best one to watch is definitely, we got to watch Resident Evil. It's the first game I played and now I know it's relative. Video flies. Okay, at Fleurbrun. If you notice, Train to Busan and all of these zombies movies started hitting everyone's timeline. Suggestions in YT. Yes, when Sebi, because they're supposed to tell us. You're right on point. They're supposed to tell us what will happen before it happens. But we're ahead of the game. We know what the heck is going on. Okay, family. World War Z. Does everyone have their movie choices for tonight? Please put your suggestions for the movies. Okay, please do not let your children, if your children are under the age of 15 and they are easily squeamish, this isn't for you to watch with your children. Okay, for homework tonight. Oh my God, my little one opened the door. I got scared. You scared me. Listen, I was about to bounce. I was out. Yeah, you can have it. I was about to be out. I'll be like, see you later. Okay, you okay? Did you have your popsicle? Did you have your popsicle? You did? Which one? Which one was good?
Maybe we can make
Ice cream? Yeah. You have a sweet tooth.
Yeah, I do.
No, it's too late for ice cream. You had a popsicle. They was trying to, you know what I'm saying? They in the house. They want sweet. I was craving muffins. Like really, I was craving carrot muffins, but I can't mess with gluten anymore. Yeah, I gotta breathe. I know I go on tangents. People think that I'm suffering from bipolar disorder. No, I'm just a real person. I was craving carrot muffins, but I don't mess with gluten. So I use like the farine. Farine is in English. I think farine is flour for you guys, but I use gluten free. Like I use only tapioca and c- uh, y- um, cassava flour to make it. Yeah, I don't mess with gluten anymore. I'm off gluten, but anyway. Let me go back. I was craving. I didn't want to. I didn't want to make it because I was like, I don't need to be eating like that. Because I was craving. I was like, I don't need to eat that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be back to my regular size and eat, and I like to drink coffee. So I'll be back. I usually bloat up when I like to eat, and then I'll slender back down. Anyway, so we'll get into the zombies. Okay, so you guys already understand COVID-19, 5G, and Comet all equal zombie apocalypse. This is, yo, we got the zombie. Okay, so we have to watch all the zombie movies. Um, but we have to watch. Wait, what happened? Okay, you got from your mama in the South a premonition. Wait, video. Oh, I know it sounds great, but this gift I got was from your mama. In the south? Oh no, it isn't. I That isn't crazy. Video Fleur, flies. That's your intuition. That's because you have knowledge. That you have that gift. It's not even a gift. It's your natural ability to be able to perceive future timelines. That's a beautiful. That's a beautiful ability, and it's online. I accept that. Okay. So listen, family. They are putting all this stuff out here, telling you parts of the truth, and making you. And interesting enough, the mask is also into this too. The mask. Maybe they know that it causes zombieism, and maybe the mask wasn't for us to wear. Maybe what we were wearing the mask for wasn't what they were telling us. Maybe the mask was literally them preparing for us to be unable to catch the T virus. Maybe we had to wear it because maybe aerial wise, I don't know, the spores were coming down, because I never understood viruses are not caught like that. You know what I mean? Viruses are not really caught surface wise. They were saying it's aerial wise, but as someone who worked in the laboratory, it's very difficult for a virus to live in the air. It's just rare. Somebody would have to cough on you or touch you. So the fact that we're wearing masks all the time, it makes me think that they're preparing for something else. And again, these spores, if in fact this dust comes, I've got to look into the old Bible stories. Where's all my Christian family? I know you guys get afraid of me. I apologize. Let me apologize for my Christian family. They get upset with me. Let me apologize to the Christians. I'm sorry. I get a little off sometimes. I'm sorry. Can you guys help us though? Because you studied all the parables and everything. Can you tell us if there's anything connected to wormwood and zombies or anything in the Bible that might be applicable to this conversation? Because they always put it in religious books. They put it in there. They shapeshift the way that they talk about it, but there's something in there. Okay? The Pope. Wait, what happened? Is the Pope part of the Blue Beam Project? The Pope all of that's part of the Satanist network. Lazarus rose from the dead. Oh, snap. Oh, wait, S-Mac. Wait, S-Mac brought us to it. Lazarus rose from the dead. Oh, maybe this whole thing about rising from the dead. 3 days later, Jesus was resurrected and rose from the dead. Oh, snap. Okay, so we got some resurrection coming on. Oh, that's why they're burning the bodies. They don't want them. Maybe they know that the zombies are coming, and that's why when they die, they burn the bodies because people aren't allowed to bury their bodies anymore. The second coming days, the bodies will rise from the east. Oh, all things Reiki. Oh, all plagues and pestilence of sorts makes people zombies in the Bible. It does. Wait, there's a lot of homework we have to do. I don't want to be obsessed with it because I don't want to put that in my reality, but we want to be mindful. Okay. The lady was just found alive in a body bag. Oh, that's right. That I wouldn't trust her. I'm just, I don't let me talk. That's right. The lady she woke up in a body bag. I remember that. I don't know. I don't want to, I got to take this out of my consciousness. Maybe we need to take this out of our consciousness because this isn't a reality I want to accept. Yeah, because zombies is something have you touched? Oh, Kim Jong Un. I said he passed away. I think I talked about it days before they kind of talked about it in mainstream media. It was already confirmed. They just got to prepare. They just have to prepare his body and for a shift over to another. His sister's supposed to take over unless there's a coup. Okay. Now, he might very well be. He might rise again too, or he might be in an underground bunker because he was a punk. You know that, right? Yes, he was a punk. Their president was a punk. You know how I know he's a punk? Because he assassinated all his family members. Yeah, he assassinated a lot of he assassinated his own brother, right? What else did he do? He threw his entrails of his uncle with a bunch of wild dogs or something like that. So I'm just saying, yeah, he wasn't strong. So I could see him dipping out real quick before something pops off, just to hide in his under. If he's not gone, I actually think he may have passed because he is a little power hungry. But if he didn't pass naturally, it's because he's planning to hide. Revelations. Oh, thank you, S. Macway. Revelations. First the dead in Christ shall rise. Then those who are still alive, oh snap, zombie apocalypse. It's the second time I dreamt it. I don't have dreams like that. It's nothing that was in my reality. But I knew, listen family, you know how I knew there were zombies? Because when the first time I dreamt it, I was with, who was I with? I was with my mate, and he was with his homeboys, right? So they were talking, and I was aware that it was getting dark. Maybe I shouldn't tell you. Don't listen to this if you get scared easily. You know, we're fearless on here, but if you get scared easily, turn this off because I'm gonna share a story. So we were in like a building, and it was odd because we lived inside of like this factory building. We were living there because I had an office in there. It was big, and it was a whole bunch of us living there. It was a lot of us living there, but I was with my mate. And he was talking to his homeboys. But then it started to get dark outside, and all the doors to the building were open. And I knew I was triggered by the darkness coming, like the when it was about to, when dusk is about to come. I was like, oh snap! They left the doors open because we had company. So I went to go close the doors, and while I'm closing the doors, all of a sudden I heard boom, and I see all of these people running out with blood on their face out of like this like a cave, like a little round spot in the ground. It was creepy because they crawling out and they running, but you see blood on their face. I was like, oh snap, I'm late. So I'm closing the doors, and they coming towards the doors, and they fighting me. But I'm closing, and then a couple got inside, and I was like, and I called my mate. I said, yo, go, they coming. And he came, and his homeboys were getting bitten because they didn't know. They weren't from our neck of the woods. We lived right there because we about that life. I guess we were about that life. We just knew. And they weren't biting us, but they were biting the company we had. That's the crazy part. They didn't bite me and him and the people with us. They were biting the company. And they bit his homeboy in the neck. And then as we got the doors, my mate is a warrior. So he was, I don't want, he was doing what he would do in real life. Let's just say that. He was taking him out, and we closed the doors finally, and his homeboy, we had to take him out to a field. Listen, we had to take, after the next day, we had to take him out to a field, and he chose for his own friend to take him out. It's real. And it was real because my emotions were real, because he didn't want to live like that. He was like, I don't want to live underground with them. I don't want to live that life. So Kamika said, let's change the topic. Let me change the topic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do this. The zombie feeling you got about CV, because the gut tells you zombies and CV are connected. I agree, video files. I'm sorry. Let me I'll get out of it. Legend is another one, okay? I don't want I want to keep you guys empowered, but I do want to keep you in the know too, because a lot of times, which you may think I'm fear mongering you, it isn't that. You need to be aware. You need to be aware of things so that you can confront them. It's better that you know. I prefer it's better that you know than you don't. Because if you don't know things, you won't know how to deal with it. I prefer you get you packed and loaded, so that if it may not be anything, this may not even be a reality that anyone has. But I'm just saying, if you start seeing people shaking and dropping it like it's hot, you need to know what to do. That's all. Okay, take it or leave it. Okay, so anyway, family, I personally think that what's behind me? This is like one of scary movies. What's behind me? What's that? Unless you see like a figure jumping out. No, that's a light. That's my neighbor's light over on the other side, because we have a lake over by us. Yeah, we're good. I have a lake next to me. Um, so anyway, just know that it's better for you. Yeah, it's just a light. Oh, thank you, Carlin. I appreciate it. Carlin put a 555 in there. Thank you, my love. Mwah. Thank you, Carlin. Um, just make sure you're aware. Okay, so I say this all to say, if you're living in a way, you saw the bushes moving. Yeah, there's a lot of things in my bushes though. That isn't scary in Florida. It's like living in the bayou. Remember, I have what we have living here. I've got roof rat. We have roof rats. Rats that live in the trees, so they're nocturnal. Then I have the squirrels won't be up this night. We do have possum. Possum not in my trees though. Roof rats. We have rats. I have bats. We don't have too many bats around because the rats won't keep the bats around. I have snakes. I have alligators in my lake right here. I have alligator living right here in my backyard. I have an alligator living right there. Okay, we got a lot of things living in my house. You know, I got snakes, everything. Um. Anyway, so let me say this: if you have people, if you have people who are empty seaters around you, this is only to tell you that they could possibly be infected by the cucarachas, and it may affect them in that they start to awaken in a different way. Okay, so all this to say, just be mindful of those in your lives that are empty seaters. You know who empty seaters are. Because there's a lot of people. There was a video that Dana, big up to Dana. Dana, was Dana in here? Dana posted a video about she always picks out the possessed people. This woman was in her window cracking things, and then she jumped out of the window and then got up like nothing. That's a zombie. That's a possessed person right there. That's a zombie. She's zombie material. She was beaten on her window and she just jumped out of her window and got up like nothing happened. And the police came. It was like 5 or 6 of them took her down and she's putting her head up. That's form of infiltration. So I'm just saying, just if you are living around people like that, I just tell you to be aware. Some of you aren't. You may not be living around appropriate people. You may not have people who have that propensity, and that's good. Spontaneously twerking will confuse. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. You said spontaneously twerking? Oh, I can't. I can't. Run. Run, Forrest, run. If there's no beat, run. Run. Yeah, so for most of you, just be mindful. And I say this all to say you can't really vet out other people's disposition. All I'm saying is that if you know that people are acting a little crazy, then you just have to you need to be ready, willing, and able. That's it. Because there's a lot of things going on. You got Sanctuary messing with people who can't handle that kind of frequency. Then you have people that are empty seaters by the nature of what they do, the behavioral patterns of the patterns of drug abuse or alcoholism that they're engaged in. And then you have empty seaters that are people just gone, like zoned out. If you have people that don't have any consciousness in them and they don't, they're always spaced out, they can be infiltrated as well. Okay, so don't hurt anybody. Listen, I'm not telling you to hurt anybody, but it does say in every religious book and even in your constitution, if they come for you, you can protect yourself by any means necessary. That's how I roll. I'm good until you come for me. And if you come for me and I feel a threat to me or my cubs, you can be taken out like a zombie. I will take you out as clean and clear as possible. And I ain't trying to let you come back for seconds and thirds. That's just how I roll. So just make sure that your space is clear. And if you have neighbors that are a little iffy, like if you ever watched The Burbs, did you guys ever watch The Burbs? I love that movie. If you guys want a little lighthearted shows, I've got great shows from the 80s and 90s. The Burbs is a really good one. That's another Tom Hanks. That's another Tom Hanks movie. But The Burbs, remember he was looking outside? It's a funny movie. Remember he's standing outside looking at the neighbors? He was like the classic dad. That was a good movie. If you ever want to see a good movie, definitely watch The Burbs. It was really weird though, and he was right, but it was too late by the time he warned everybody. Um, that's a good The Burbs. You gotta watch The Burbs. Watch a lot of these older movies have a lot of truth to them. But if your neighbors, like I talked to all the neighbors. One is really cool. Remember the spider that was in my house that I had to get off the live with? Do you guys remember the big, huge spider? Remember my little one came outside and I had to stop my live? Do you know how big that spider was? Listen, I never told you about it. I took a picture. I got to put it on Instagram. Listen, remember the little one stopped me on the live? So I'm thinking, because they don't want to, they're scared, but they know we don't hurt anything. We don't kill things in our house. That isn't how I roll. I save everything. So Mama Bear goes in the house, thinking I'll just put him in a cup or something, put him outside. Oh, family. Remember I told you I was in Brazil and the spider was in our kitchen? Like we came home in Brazil in my jungle house and the spider was like in the middle of the floor looking like a hand. You ever see the Hand movie? Yo, I was in Brazil. This spider was looking similar to the hand, a smaller hand. And I was like, oh, snap. And the fact that the spider didn't move and was holding her stance, she was beautiful. You could tell she looked like a female. She had markings on her back. It didn't look like a brown recluse, but I was a little nervous because she wasn't moving. Whenever they don't move, like a snake that doesn't have venom will run away, will slither away. Snakes that have venom will stand their ground. When this spider was standing there and vibration wasn't making it move or run, I knew that it knew that whatever it had would match my size in venom. So, Fleurbrun, being the type of person I am, I didn't want to hurt her because I always feel like a lot of times mothers, especially breeding spiders, they do that sometimes. And I wanted to make sure I could save her life as I could. So, being the punk that I went right next door to my neighbor, Robert. I told the girls, watch it, make sure it doesn't move, because you don't want that kind of spider lingering around the house. It could be under blankets, in shoes. A lot of people, I don't want to creep you out, because, they go in shoes like when you live in certain regions. So I told them to watch the spider, and I went next door, and my neighbor came. Listen what he came out. He came out of the house with Raid. He's probably listening right now. Robert, USI? I came out with Raid. Listen, he came out with Raid. I was like, I don't want you to kill it. He was like, what? If you're my friend, this is what I'll make you do. You know what? He was like, what? I was like, no, I don't want you to hurt her. He was like, her? He was like, wait. He said her. He came out with Raid and a shoe. I said, I don't want you to hurt her. I was like, please. I am very persuasive with our males. I can very persuasive. So I was like, please don't hurt her. So I did this to my daddy too. Remember my dad came down and that wolf spider was in the bucket in the bathroom? The spider was like this. My dad was like, don't kill it. So he came in the house. So I left like the door open. He came in the house and he saw it. He looked at me. He looked at me. He looked at me and he was like, you don't want me to kill it. He was like, I said, please don't. I was like, I can't sleep if you hurt her. So he said, okay, give me a container. Mind you, let me state this. The spider has not moved once since we witnessed it. Since we saw it, it has not moved. The spider was like, I'm holding my ground. You want to come for me, homie? And you got to be careful. Certain spiders jump. So he looked at me again. And he was like, he adores me, gratefully. My neighbor adores me. So I gave him a container. I said, be careful with her legs. I don't want you to. He was like, I'm giving him instructions. He was like, you don't want me to hurt her legs. So he put it right on top. I gave him because you have to have a hard thing. So I gave him a piece of like soft cardboard, and we put it underneath, and he flipped her over, and he was like, we're not going to put her next to the house. And we walked her outside. Yes, we did, across the road, because we didn't want her coming back inside, because I don't know why she was there. She could have had babies in the house too. So we walked her across the road onto the other side, and he let her free. Okay. So that's how I roll with spider. Yeah. Because I wasn't going to try to, I don't know. Usually they carry their pouches on them. But I wanted to make sure I didn't hurt her. I don't play games like that. That's not right. Once I killed a spider when I was pregnant one time that had babies on her, and I've traumatized ever since. It's wrong. It's wrong. So, we put her outside and it was all good in the hood, but she was big. It wasn't as big as the spider in my house and with my dad and mom's house, or as big as the one in Brazil, but it was big. My girls were concerned for their lives. No, I don't let them crawl on my hands. I'm not like that. I just put them outside. Anyway, so we're talking about I don't want to keep you guys on. I'm probably going to go on maybe I'll go on Instagram later. Anyway, family, so I just want you to be prepared for the comet that's coming. There's several different entities, celestial bodies that are coming in. It's not just this on the 29th. There's one at the end of March. One end of May, and then there's another one coming in June or July. And I personally think that they know something's going to happen. They don't prepare the military for nothing. They have the military set up on each of the coasts near the waterways. That means there's a reason for that. And maybe there's a reason why they ushered people away from those places. Now, if there's a spore coming off of these comets that are causing people to be infected or possibly taken over by an alien life spore that could possibly make them into a zombie, just you know how you get down. If somebody starts acting a little crazy, lock yourself, close the door, get out the house, and just make sure you see if they come back to life, because you don't know what that is. Alien spores come, and if you got the Body Snatchers movie, you got all kinds of movies talking about this sentient spore life. And I've worked in a laboratory and I've seen a fungi, spore. I've worked with spores, fungi, all kinds of fungi, algae. I've worked with all forms of that, and they're sentient. They speak to one another and they replicate. They can consciously replicate themselves. Like they will spew themselves on a surface to purposefully replicate itself, mirror itself on something another surface. So venom is another good one. So just be mindful. The comet's coming in. It's got nano dust coming on with it, and there's a reason why the governmental officials are acting that Willy Wonka's acting real scary right now. And the fact that they're being real scared, that should let you know that they're preparing for something more than just the cucarachas. You know, one of our sea stars just passed away. Let me give some love to her. I think I don't know that I spoke about it on Cipher, but one of our sea stars passed away. It wasn't from the cucarachas. Our sea stars, Phyllis Serene. Phyllis, she was a part of Cipher for a long time. Rest in power to our sea star. We had another sun star who passed away a little while ago too. Sometimes you don't realize that. You know, make sure you live. Make sure if people get quiet, you check on them. Online, because a lot of people are isolated, or they're going through things. And sometimes, when someone's suffering from something, they don't really talk about it. And I think a lot of times, we get caught up in our lives, but just check up on people. You know what I mean? Check on and see how they're doing. Like one of our sun stars that passed years ago, and he was like, he rocked with me heavy. And it was Morris. Morris told me that he passed. Remember that? I think Morris is on it. Morris told me that he passed, and I was in shock. And it really broke my heart, because I'm like, you always think everyone will be around. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like even my dad, you think everybody's going to be around, but you gotta take in consideration we're in transformative times. So always make a point to, holler at a sister or a brother and just see how they're doing. Say, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Seeing how you're doing. But Phyllis was an amazing person, beautiful heart and spirit. She was one of the kindest, most transformative goddesses that I've ever known. She would be greatly missed. An honoring time that she's left now. I wouldn't want her to go through anything more. She's so beautiful. I only want her spirit to experience, love and peace. So, rest in peace to Phyllis and all of her family. We will miss you. You were always around on our platform. Beautiful, beautiful spirit. I love when they had even when they saw flowers. They had flowers on her head and her body. It was so beautiful, because she reminded me of she traveled like Thailand. She was a big traveler. She traveled a lot, and they had beautiful tropical flowers on her. That's so what she would have loved. So yeah, so just send some beautiful heart space to our beautiful sea star who's transitioned. Um, she'll be missed. So family, I hope all is well. Again, I come on to you. We kind of gain information together, and there shouldn't be anything that I tell you that should put you in fear. And I give you a sense of fearlessness that I rock with, and hopefully it's empowering. Okay. Remember, as a soul, this body is just an encasement. This is just we're encased with zest, with energy, and when our bodies are done or just tired or we've ended our contracts, you will transcend this physical form and you will go into another form. Okay, and that's just what it is. So try to keep out of fear. There shouldn't be any fear of losing, because you chose to come here and you're the best of the bad. Like, there are so many incarnates and so many beings that want to be you right now. I don't think you realize so many of you are special for the fact that you're in body at this time. It means you're the best of the best. There isn't any being who's on this planet that isn't quantified to be able to handle whatever comes. So I got lizards. All my lizards, they like to stare at me. So just, keep that in mind. Whenever you get a little scared, always remember you're qualified to be here. It's like you're ever in a job that you get and you're like in shock because you're around all these. I have. I've got a job in a laboratory. So, my mother, I was working. I think I told you this. I worked in research, in dementia. The research was in Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. So when I got the job, I felt so unqualified, right? So I'm in with people that were like scientists for years, like more senior. I was a little girl when I was working in the laboratory. I was the youngest. I was actually the youngest in my section, and I felt so unqualified. I remember someone coming in. Charlie came in and he said, why you feel so shy to talk to everyone? It's like, I feel like I'm not qualified. He was like, for you to be here, you're qualified. He was like, how many people applied to be in the position you have right now? They chose you. He said that to me. It made me feel so amazing. And ever since then, like, I realized, like, if you're there, it's just you're qualified. And ever since he said that to me and because we were, I told you we used to look at ET and extraterrestrials. He said, then when I was okay talking to some of the scientists and some of the other facilitators, because then I felt qualified because I was one of the youngest. I was really bright. I say was. I was very young, bright young lady. Really great in research. I was qualified. I didn't realize then, and I think at the time, I needed to just get a little bit of outside feedback from someone who I respected to realize. So you're qualified to be here. So keep out of that mindset, like, why are you here? To keep the depression on your mind. Listen, get your stripes. You shouldn't come here and not get your stripes. If you came here to earn your stripes and get your banners and your medals, get your medal. Fulfill your contracts. Bat it out. You know what I'm saying? If you here in this body at this time, to rock this out until your contract is done and due, and then celebrate at the end. So you're qualified. Everybody here is qualified. Just know that. And I have to remind you, like someone had to remind me. And, if things come at you that you feel a little disconcerted about, then just think to yourself, you know what? I'm qualified to be here. I have all the tools. I have everything inside of me necessary to overcome and also gain wisdom from it. So take it and keep it moving. Fulfill your contracts. Okay? We came here with contracts. Let's fulfill them. Don't listen to people telling you to remove your chakras, to remove your contracts, because those are people who want you to be recycled back in the matrix through the dark side of the moon, and they want you to come back and redo this 3,600 years. Do you want to come back and redo it? So earn your stripes. You're qualified. If anything ever happens, Fleurbrun went balls to the wall, and I got every stripe and every form of metal possible. I'm rocking this out until my great grandchildren are gonna thrive. I'm here for the long haul. I already decided I'm gonna be here another 81 years, healthy, vibrant, mind still here. My grandmother's 103. I'm qualified. Okay, so you got to take that stance. Take that stance and know that there isn't anything that will ever come against you that you aren't qualified to deal with. Okay, so when we talk about zombies and spores and all that stuff, we about that life. That's why we're having this conversation. We're having this conversation because you can handle it. Okay, so your homework tonight is to watch Body Snatchers. Wait, your homework tonight is to watch Body Snatchers. What's the other one? I told you already to watch Night of the Comet. Night of the Comet is a good one to go. What else is another one? I want to see the Black Summer. What is it, Black Summer? I'm gonna watch that tonight. What is it, a Black Summer? Is it on Netflix? Can you look and see? What do you want, baby? Which one? See me? You see me? Black Summer. I'm gonna watch Black Summer tonight, huh? Yeah, I'll see if it's appropriate. Is it appropriate for little people? My little ones always want to watch. I don't want them watching that gore because they won't sleep, and I'll be to blame for it. Okay, Fringe. Oh, Fringe is another good one. Libra Sun said Fringe. So these are homework assignments to watch Fleurbrun. Why are you telling us to watch Main Street? Because they have to tell you what they're going to do before they do it. They have to tell you. They're going to do what you have to. You are always you're always told what they're going to do to you. Wait, Yolanda says, Fleurbrun, a couple of weeks ago, your big sister got sick. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, when vomiting, she had Sparks coming out of her mouth? What? Sparks? She is very healthy, clean woman. What was this? She tested negative for COVID. What? She had sparks? What do you mean sparks? Sparks. What do you mean sparks, my love? Yolanda, what's that mean? Sparks? Like fire? She a dragon? She might be coming into her powers and her abilities. If she has sparks coming out of her mouth, I would think she's coming online. That's one of the abilities. I'm just saying, you said she's clean and everything. I'm just saying she might be one of those, she might be a dragon. Her abilities might become, I'm serious. You think I'm joking? She might be coming online. She might be a dragon. So I'm just saying, one of the things that you might have witnessed, maybe her body is actually it's terraforming itself and changing her more into what she is. If light is coming out of her mouth, has she changed from then? Let me ask you, has she been the same sister that you recognize now, or is her personality totally changed? Now, if her personality totally changed, we might have a problem. She's the same person? That she's shape-shifting into herself. She's probably a dragon. Do you come, what are you mixed with the native indigenous or Asiatic bloodline? What's your mixture, Yolanda? What's your tribe? Where you come from? I know that. Okay, why that matters? Because people don't realize the Mongolians came here and colonized. Well, I don't want to call it colonization. They came to these part of the Americas and they mixed with the people. So a lot of the Asiatic factors and lineage is mixed with the native indigenous, the Cherokee, the Blackfoot, the Choctaw, the who else is there? The Sioux. Okay, they're mixed with that. That's why I asked you if the dragons, because it's that Asiatic connection that's connected to the dragon bloodline. Okay, Asiatics have that. So because they mix with the people here, that's why I know that she's already shapeshifting into herself. It's beautiful. Oh, Monica says last man on earth. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, my love. 333. That's right. Another one is the last man on earth. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Thank you. That's a good homework assignment too, from the 60s. That's a really good one. Thank you for that one. That's a throwback. So make sure that the Mongolians are mixed with YouTube deleted your comment. YouTube is out of control. I can't control Avengers movies. Hey, Bikini Junkie. I can't control YouTube. YouTube is on a roll with me. They won't let anyone look. They won't let anyone look at my comments. You can't look at the chat anymore. I don't know what that's about. They changed my names on my videos. It's crazy. Yeah, so you're mixed with the Mongolians, and because the Mongolians have the connection to the dynasty of the dragons, that's your sister. Most likely, could be coming online with her abilities. She could be a dragon, a literal hybrid dragon. If you're seeing light coming out of her mouth, the only beings I know who do that are dragons. Okay, so I would ask her if she has dreams about dragons or about flying. I would ask her that. She'll probably tell you yes. Okay. If she's fine and she's herself, that means she's most likely mixed with that. And because you're mixed with that Cherokee, that Mongolian bloodline, it's probably that you're probably having a connection to that dragon energy. So dragons are powerful, and it would make sense that she would come online. And what looks like your body hurt, like people don't realize, if you go through a form of transitioning or if you're going through a transmutation or transformation based on energies changing, you will become more of who you were. Okay, because when we hit a certain frequency, a lot of codons are released, a lot of your memories in your body, your cellular memory is released. When your cellular memory is released, then you may turn more into those beings, or you may have more abilities that were online of that frequency. Because when you reach that frequency energetically, hold on, I think I saw something walking. Hold on. Yes, Thanos was purple, right? He was purple. Purple dragon, what's associated with purple? The dragon, right? What was Barney? Barney was a purple dragon, right? Thank you. Sid is on point. See, I hope the possums aren't back here. I don't like the possums here. They might have their babies. I don't like the possums here because I don't want their babies being eaten. I have snakes. I have snakes right here, and I don't want the possums because if they have their babies here, they keep the babies in the tree generally, or they'll burrow them. Because the mamas climb trees, but I don't like, I don't want the babies being eaten. Even though life has to exist. Um, so yeah, Barney was a purple dragon. You know, purple rain. Got to think of why Prince said purple rain, right? Seven. Listen to the song Seven. Seven, and we'll watch them fall. Do, 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 and then smoke them all with our intellect and our savoir faire. None of F compare. I can't sing. Okay, listen to Seven. Okay, when we talk about um, the purple and the Thanos, purple is the highest energy. And if you know, we even when we do our shield, we do the purple and white energy. That's the highest. That's crown. Remember, purple is represented by the crown, and then we got corona. So it could be all interrelated. You know what I mean? So it'll be very interesting to see how this manifests. But that's interesting. Your sister. Well, I wish her well. Definitely, you should definitely start having her read books and ask her about her dreams. Have her dream journal. The dragon energy is coming back, okay? And that dragon energy is necessary. I mean, the dragons lead with integrity. It's the only beings that I know are non-agenda as far as some of the interfacing that I have are the dragons. There isn't any agenda. They're higher in conscious. They're ancient. They've been here, done that. Is to wrap it up. That's why they worship the dragon in Asian cultures. They see that dragon energy. It's very serpentine, like that. You know what I mean? That's the highest energy as far as what we interface here in this reality, the dragon. So, I respect the dragon energy. So if your sister's experiencing that and she's very clean, dragons don't come in, like I said, they come in very dense, very small bodies, very compact bodies. They don't come in big bodies. There's small representation with big auras, small representation with big energy. It's crazy. It's almost like you wouldn't recognize it, but you would. So beautiful. Godzilla. Godzilla is amazing. I like Godzilla. I like Godzilla movies. I grew up on that though. So remember God remember Godzilla was fighting with the big moth. What was the moth called? Remember that was one of the battles? I remember that. Remember the moth Godzilla had the biggest battle with the moth creature. That was the best one. Remember, that's the reptilians fighting the insectilians. That's all coded. The reptilians fighting with the insectilians. Okay, Kong is a representation of Asian. That's an Asian kind of connotation. Kong, you know, the Farrakhan Kong is beautiful. Oh, Mothra, Mothra. That was a good battle. Remember that fighting Mothra. The reptilians versus the insectilians. It's a classic battle. It's ongoing now. All right, family. So I'm not going to stay on too long. So I appreciate everyone joining in for the conversation. Check out the sky and watch how you feel. Okay. So make sure you're watching how you feel. If you feel a little swazy, you can transmute anything that interfaces with you. And there isn't anything that's allowed to take over unless you aren't there. Make sure you're piloting your own body. Make sure you're piloting your own body. You should never let something else take over. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Jose. That's so sweet. Oh, he's like this. He's like Thanos. He got a purple shirt. You did that purposefully? He's like this. Bam. Thank you, my love. Me and Jose were talking last night until I fell asleep, right? Jose was like, you there? I was like, oh, I fell asleep. I was like staying up all night. But yeah, just make sure you just mindful to always control your own body. Always stay in control. And if you're not feeling well, just try to transmute it. Remember, you have control over every cell in your body. I would suggest that you really check out Dr. Jewel Brookman. She's a savior. I loved. She goes into the circuitry of the brain, how to use left, right hemisphere. She's a bomb.com. I give her props, just like definitely Delbert Blair. They were transformative in my life. A lot of the cultivation that I had, and of course, Dr. Sebi. I was really cultivated by some masterful beings. I really was, and I'm humbled by it. I haven't ever met any of some master teachers that really they propelled me to higher forms of consciousness. And I really appreciate them. Dr. Delbert Blair, I miss him every day, and I don't know how I was able to even be here. when he left. It was very difficult. He's the reason why I'm here on YouTube. I think I told you that every single day. Dr. Delbert Blair is the reason why I'm here. Um, and you know, it was his support and his guidance that allowed me to really realize what was going on, and also to be able to stay grounded and still very sane with a lot of really wild things happening. The Dr. Sebi is beyond, comprehension. Dr. Sebi is one of the old school. See, remember, I'm from New York family, so you don't realize I've known a lot of people because I'm from New York City. Dr. Sebi, I've been to his lectures. Dr. Blair, I've been to his lectures. I've met these people. I've been around these people. I was cultivated by these people. Brooke Brookman, I did not, but I was around a lot of her network. So Brookman, I did not. I was supposed to fly up to go join one of her groups like years ago when I got pregnant and I couldn't go. But I've been under her cultivation for a long period of time, all her groups and everything. She's amazing. So, these are masterful people that really changed the dynamics of how we live today. And I think you just honor that, respect the fact that that's what they did. And when they passed away, they left, they were done. They fulfilled their contracts. Sebi's contract, it was to show melanites how to feed their cells. We didn't know. It's like taking a hamster home, and you got to get the food that the hamster goes home with. I love when Dr. Sebi said that in a lecture. He said, when you get a hamster from a cage, from a store, from a pet store, they always give you the food that the hamster eats. A lot of the Africano and the melanites have been taken or displaced throughout the planet, and they weren't given their food. So they were eating food that was dense or toxic or poison to us. And he really did it, family. He brought us to the food mecca nirvana, because you have melanin, you have to eat, you alchemically are different, and melanin makes you process food different than everybody else. But even your lunars, like someone from Germany can't eat the same thing as someone from Ireland. He let us know what we're qualified to be able to engage. And a lot of us were suffering from forms of diabetes, malnutrition, heart issues, osteoporosis, because we were eating poisons. We were literally eating poison, a lot of starches that were eating away at us, our brains, and disallowing for us to field in information. We weren't alkaline enough. We weren't getting enough sunlight. Okay, we were eating a lot of hybrid plants. Brown people should not be eating nightshades to the greatest degree, like what is it? Even though I do love, because I grew an eggplant. You notice I don't grow eggplant anymore. Eggplant, mushrooms. Those are things I did enjoy eating, but those are things that we are supposed to avoid because it isn't in our molecular bio symmetry to engage with certain things. So Dr. Sebi did that. He did that in a way that when he fulfilled his contract, I personally think they took him out, but I think he just fulfilled his contract because no one could leave without take without without permission. He left because his contract was done. And I'm grateful to him. Even how I made my food tonight, that has to do with Dr. Sebi. I buy spelt flour. I don't mess with spelt too much because it has a lot of estrogen, and I mix it with non-gluten things. So I'll do like tapioca, cassava flour. I do those mixes because I realize that for my body and my melanin content, that the way that I field in food is way different. So it's important. So I just give props. Anyone who doesn't know Dr. Sebi, I just would encourage you to really check out because he's a gem. Some people don't even know who he is. He's amazing. He's amazing. Also, for those who are from, yeah, they took him out. I don't want to go too deep on it, but I really respect. Dr. Africa was another one that passed away. If you notice, all the teachers had fulfilled their contracts. Dr. Sebi, Dr. Delbert Blair, Dr. Africa, Lele Africa. Did my professor pass away? Jeffries? I think Dr. Jeffries. I don't know if he passed away. I'm not sure if he did. Maya Angelou. Um, Mutua. Mutua. A lot of people that were teachers to us passed away, that means that we're qualified. We've been qualified. We've been taught. That's it. You've been taught. You graduated. Your teachers have already. You've transcended, and you have all you need to move forward. Okay, so keep it moving. Now we have all the necessities that we need to move forward. So I'm grateful for that. So that's what I'm saying, family. If you feel fearful for these conversations, you should be feel qualified to be here. If you have a body right now, you are well qualified to be here. Okay, and also, oh, let me say this for all the O negatives before I go because I will forget. O negatives, I know that you're having issues. Now, I'm trying to do something with a research team abroad, and I will get back to you. But for some reason, O negatives, my O negatives, you're having some issues. Something's going on. So I think the energies is affecting your bodies more than others. All the O negatives in my house have something going on health wise, strongly. It's almost like there is a shift in your molecular structure. It could be just a transmutation or transformation. It could be that. So I want to make sure I get the information for you. So anyone who's O negative, if you're feeling unwell, I'm going to try to work with another group to see what we can do to make our O negatives feel a little better. Okay. Because something's going on with the O negatives. I don't know why, and I don't know why it's bothering you. I think you may be transmuting. You may be changing. Could be you're changing. I don't know. But all my O negatives are feeling crazy. Just feeling crazy. One had to do surgery. The other one was having pains. What was the other one is having headaches, unable to sleep. There's a lot of things going on. So I'm going to figure out. Oh, your mom just came home from the hospital. I'm sorry, very low in oxygen. It could be something going on. So I'll try to find out. Family, just make sure tell your mom, make sure she's taking, make sure she's oxidizing herself. Make sure she's getting enough water that has oxygen in it. Enough iron, because iron allows the red blood cells to distribute oxygen throughout the body, right? So just be mindful of that, okay? Because something's going on with the O negatives, and I did want to bring that up, but I'm not qualified to talk too deep on it. Your nephew is O negative in Tokyo. He has no issues. I wonder what that means. Interesting. Maybe where he lives. It could be where he is. Location matters. Thank you for that. He's living in Tokyo. Maybe it's where he's residing. He's on the other side of the world. Very interesting. So I'll find out for you guys. Because I was concerned. My girlfriends, a lot of them are O negatives, and they're having issues, and all of them, males and females. So it has to be something environmentally going on. And again, it could just be them switching. It could just be that you're transmuting something or you're changing. Could be that, because it's all my O negatives. O positives are kind of they're kind of on and off. I can't say O positives. Some O positives are okay. Some O positives are okay, but it's not a general consensus. My O negatives are feeling it. So for my O negatives, O negative in Arizona, she's feeling fine. Angela, Durban is feeling fine. Now, Angela, have you had any headaches or anything going on? Well, she's in Arizona. You are in a vortex. You might be right where you're supposed to be in Arizona. See, Arizona has those beautiful portals. You might be in the right place for O negative. I'm just saying, O negative. You might be Oh wait, Dr. Shiva is spreading bad things about Dr. Bata and Bob Kennedy Jr. Oh, I don't know. What is he saying, Dr. Bata? Are they battling? Oh, your cousin passed away of I'm so sorry, and she was O positive. Things going up across the board. A lot of things happening. Well, you're O positive. Could be O's. Maybe it's O's. I'm a O. It took me a while to acclimate to the energies, but I just make sure I have to be mindful of the things I eat. Who's Dr. Buta? I don't know who Dr. Buta is. I have to see. You have really dizzy spells and nausea. Jovial. Oh, jovial ecum flour is ancient grain, original wheat. That's heirloom. Has not been. Ooh, thank you for that. Marie's coming in with some news, some great information. Jovial ecum flour. I'm gonna check that out. Thank you, my love. It's an ancient grains because we weren't bothered by the old wheats. We're only bothered by a lot of the new ones. I avoid it at all. I avoid it all the time now because ever since back in the days, ever since the gluten's been messing with me. Okay, O positive with a headache. Maybe it's O's. Okay, you know O negatives. I'm gonna put it to O's. Are all my O's feeling a little off? A lot of my O's feeling off then? It might just be O's. It may not even be O negative. It might be all O's. Okay, O's are being affected. Huh. Okay, I'm a O too. It took me a while to acclimate. Ah, we have a lot of O's who are feeling it. Okay, so this might be not an O positive, O negative. This just might be O's. I'm wondering why. A lot of my O's are getting heaviness, dizziness, and take deep breaths. Fallen angel bloodline. Could be something to do. Okay, so I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna have to do research. This is my expertise, but I know a lot of qualified people who I can touch base with. O positive, you feel neurons and body. Anyone have swelling in their lower legs? Anybody have swelling or anyone who's an O have any circulatory issues? Any O's have circulatory issues? Any O's? Body's been going through a spinal issues, but it's craziness. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeannie. Okay, all O's are having circulatory issues. This might be, your legs are bothering. You know what? Remember my legs? Oh my God, swelling. Listen. Oh, the positives. Ah, this is affecting the positives. And the O's, just the O's. Your mom's a O. She's fighting the shadow self. Very chaotic. I wish her well. She will make it. She will face her shadows and she'll overcome them. Story. O positive. Okay. Legs are hurting. Okay, the O positives and O's are having, okay. It looks like the O's are having circulatory problems too. Okay, we have to find out why. B's are feeling it as well. O positive, no good deed since birth. Everything hurts. Okay. O positive has a strange tingling in legs. A has swelling. This might just be a whole planetary thing. Maybe we're all feeling it. Yes, swelling with headaches, migraines. You're a waitress. You run around all day, every day. You can barely walk. Oh, I'm sorry, my love. Okay, something going on. I'm going to have to find feet and leg circulation issues. Crazy, lots of twitching. Okay, so a lot of people are getting, I asked the circulation because even with my leg, I had to make sure because I wanted to go dancing. Yeah, when I say go dancing, you know, we do a lot of my previous dancer friends. We'd like to do our dances. We do Latin dance. So I was supposed to do we're supposed to do like a dance tutorial. And I noticed I had to wear like I used to wear a knee thing with my right leg, but I was noticing that I can see like my veins. And I was like, why do I see my veins in my legs? That's unnormal. That's not normal. Okay, so it looks like a lot of people, a lot of O's, but it looks like a lot of people are getting circulatory issues, right? And inflammation. This could be all the stuff coming in, yo. There's a lot of circulate. It could be the oxygen being pulled out from the Sanct G too. Because remember, it does do that. We'll eventually acclimate, but it might be a process. Huh. Okay, family. So this is something for us to do. So next time we come on, maybe I'll try to do research. I got to find out where it's coming from since all of us are feeling it. It's got to be related to the planetary shift. It has to be because all of us are feeling it. I'm noticing everybody on here saying it. And this is like, 423 people in here. This is a good sample population. We have to figure out where it's coming from. It could be circulation. We got to find other ways. Circulation also, it could be depletion and something in our system that's coming along with having this exposure to the incoming bodies. So if anyone has some good advice on people with circulatory issues or oxygen in their cells, I would love for you to hit me up so we can give our family some remedies. Because it sounds like there's a circulation issue, and it could just be to the exposure to a lot of the radiation in the thing. I might do a survey. Thank you, D. Griffin. I'd like to do a survey maybe in my in the community because I did it last time. so we could find out how many people are feeling it and see what blood types. Because sometimes it just might be everybody feeling it. Circulatory issues. MSM is good. That's right. Magnesium's good. Lymphatic blockage. Okay. Could be something to do with that. So there has to be a couple of things we can do for that. So we'll figure out correlation to bones being cold and DNA activation, detox your bodies. Fasting always helps for inflammation. So if you're having inflammation, the first thing I say is even when I was having issues, remember I fasted and a lot of those issues dissipated. So I know not a lot of people want to fast now because being in the house is kind of, it's kind of like, it's annoying to, it's like you can't go out and play. Cell food oxygen drops, I love them. Bikini junkie, you're right on point. Sciatic right leg. So yes, doctor said yours was lymphedema. What's lymphedema? Oh my God, I'm sorry. Lymph glands are swollen last 2 months. It definitely has to do with plant. Yeah, it's a planetary. It's the frequencies. I definitely think it's the frequencies. We just might have to change how we engage with the frequencies and transmute them so we service them. Because the circulation, usually we got to make sure we're getting enough circulatory movement. Pomegranates help tremendously. Ooh, Isani, thank you. Isani said pomegranates help. You know, I used to do pomegranate. With the little ones. I used to do pomegranate. You know, the pomegranate juice. You know, the little gel, not the gel, like the concentrate. I used to give it to my little ones for vitamin C. Thank you for that. So listen, Young Sea Star said pomegranate. Pomegranate. I do agree with that. Cayenne pepper is. I put it on myself when I was dancing all the time. I put so much cayenne pepper on me. I probably have issues from that. I used to put it in my lotion. It is good for circulation. That's good. So we got some great. The Schumann was spiking. It's the energies. I'm sure it's the energies causing for everyone because it seems like everyone's having it. Turmeric. I love turmeric. Turmeric is amazing. Turmeric. They have the actual. If you look at my Instagram, you'll see the turmeric that I take with, it's like a Cornadon or something like that. It's amazing. Actually gets rid of a lot of the fluid buildup too. Hawthorn berry. Look at all these wonderful sea stars and sun stars. Turmeric and ginger tea is good. I love it. And I wash with the turmeric. Coffee is making it worse. I have to totally, I can't do the coffee anymore. That's why I'm on decaf. Because then, I'm about to stop totally. Coffee causes inflammation for me. It's been doing that lately. I noticed that. Like my face gets chunky when I drink coffee, and when I don't drink coffee, my face slenders down. Turmeric tea. Ooh, yes. I'm going to have something hot tonight. Coffee, it bothers you, Monica? It causes inflammation? It does. I know. You just started drinking coffee? I love coffee. It's like sex. I like coffee. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have to change. Juice the lemon. Yeah, we could do tea. I like to do my mock coffee. Golden milk is the bomb.com. Remember when I was fasting? Golden milk is awesome. Thank you, Sherry. Sherry said golden milk. Golden milk, you get the recipe online. It's amazing. I don't really like tea. I buy tons of tea. My father loved tea. Yes, turmeric, quercetin, and bromelain. Yes, Monica, that's what I do. Oh, you knew what it was. Monica said it. Turmeric, quercetin, and bromelain. I love taking that. I take one a day. You like tea? I have it and I'll drink it as necessary, but it's different than coffee. Coffee's like that long slow lover, and tea is like that spiky yoga instructor. Yeah, it is totally different. It's like a totally different. You got it for your bug out bag. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it. Thank you, Monica. Yes, that's right. I have it. Um, Y'all gonna have me looking because even now I'm hungry, but I can't have anything. I can have watermelon. I love my watermelon. Golden milk sounds like something you like. Golden milk. Okay. You said it sounded like R. Kelly invention. You off the chain. Starbucks has a new drink, Golden Tree. Oh, yes, I saw it. You know what? S Mac. Thank you so much. I'm going to try their new drink instead of doing my drink. I'm going to try the golden drink of ginger and turmeric. I need to do something because I have an addiction. I'm one of those people, you just got some lavender flowers. That's what I'm talking about. So everybody on here has got some issues going on. Okay, we're just gonna find out what to do. I wish we had some of but we had all our teachers. We had all our teachers. Dr. Sebi was our one of the best. You have Dr. Brookman still living. She's still sharing information. I say we get all of our thinking caps on and let's help ourselves and our family. We're going to be the change we want to see in the world. If anyone finds out a good remedy for inflammation, swelling, pain, joint issues, something like a combination platter, let's figure it out and let's consider that to be a remedy for our family. And then we'll have to do together, maybe we need to fast from coffee. I say this as a we because you know I love my coffee, but maybe we need to do that together and see if the inflammation, because it went away. Remember I did cherries and charcoal water and my inflammation. Remember, I was traveling from Brazil. My feet were all swollen, and I did that and didn't drink coffee for 3 days. My whole foot, my swelling in my foot went down right away. Right away, went away immediately. Turmeric is definitely anti-inflammatory. Oh wait, R. Kelly's asking to be let go because of the T virus. He is the reason why we have a kukarachi. He is a kukarachi. They need to keep his behind in there. He don't need to pee on any more young sea stars. They need to keep his Pied Piper self behind bars. He is a kukarachi. If he's trying to write, I say we write to the same judge and tell him to keep that virus. He is the virus. That man does not need to be free, so he can go and pee. I rebuke him. I rebuke him and his peeing, disgusting, perverted, pedophilia self. Disgusting. He's a Pied Piper of disgustingness. You know what I'm saying? Did you know that the cucarachas in Mexico is not really thriving? You know that, right? You know why? It's the only place where they don't have 5G. You know that? Crazy. Who would have thunk it? They always talk bad about Mexico. Mexico is not dealing with. They got like 50. They got 50 cases of cucarachi, and there's mad people there. But remember, Mexico, they're big into like growing their own food and cultivating their own greens and herbs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was abused, but he should have got therapy. Kept getting therapy other than peeing on people, and that he felt that was therapeutic. Oh, we got Insani Griffin, pomegranates, kiwi fruit. Oh, I love circadian rhythm for pain and sleep. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, Mexico is doing okay. See, that sounds like a possum. And how I know our Corona beer comes from Mexico. Ecuador. There's a lot of Americans in that. There's a big expat community in Ecuador. It's probably a lot of Europeans in that. You hear that? I have a frog next to me. Where you at? I love it when they talk and can you hear the little froggy? It's a baby froggy. The screen went crazy? What is it? What happened? The screen went crazy? That's a little frog. You hear it? They're talking to one another. They're talking. I have a frog must be in here and there's a frog out there. Listen to this. I have a frog here. They're talking. Oh, one's out there. Oh my god. One's out the gate, outside my gate, and one's in here. And when the other one's talking to her, she's responding. Where are you? Oh, that's so sweet. You didn't. I didn't even know that because she's cloaking herself somewhere. I don't know where she is. That's so beautiful. Yeah, probably saying she's. I'm gonna try to free her because I don't want you don't want them to go in the pool. Um, that's not good when they go in the pool. It rains. Sometimes they come in here. Sometimes the tadpoles they end up growing in here and they just grow up to be big frogs. and you don't know them until you see them. Anyway, anyway, family. Yeah, the Corona beer is in Mexico. It was made in Mexico. That's so funny. Anyway, so family, I gotta go. I don't know what time it is. I'm gonna go and try to I'm gonna try to stop drinking decaf coffee tomorrow. It's gonna be interesting. I know it's necessary. Thank you for black seed oil. Oh, black seed oil is awesome. You know what? It's great for inflammation. Thank you. And fungus. Oh, Yolanda, you're right. And I got the big thing inside. I used to put it on my mother's feet. Oh snap! I forgot about the black seed oil. And also, you could take it and put it in the tea because you could put it in the tea, the golden tea. Thank you so much. I'm so that's like life. I forgot. I have all these herbs and tinctures, and sometimes I just need a reminder because I have so much going on. All right, family. So I'm gone. Stay vigilant, stay awake, stay aware. Always hit me up in the emails. Sometimes I can't respond to all the emails, but I do read them as much as I can. I try to get back to you, and I try to get back to you timely. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with emails, and I just want to, snuggle with my little people. And then my mate is coming back. Hopefully, he's able to come back so I can have some grounding because my mate brings grounding to me. So hopefully, I'll be able to sleep again because I haven't been able to sleep right since this whole crazy quarantine happened. All right, family. So I'm out. Enjoy. Stay safe. Stay vigilant, and stay awake. All right. So peace out. I'm gonna try to free my froggy so she can join her lover boy outside, and we shall reconvene another day. Peace.